and welcome to My Tiny Bottles, the project where I explore my grandmother's legacy of miniature liquor bottles, one tiny bottle at a time. I'm your host, Tammy Coxon. Would you love a Babycham? In post-World War II England, women definitely would. Bottle 14, Babycham, is double the size of a standard mini at 100 mils or 3.5 ounces, but still smaller than what it was meant to evoke in size and name and styling, which was a bottle of champagne. Instead of champagne in the bottle, though, what you have is a sparkling pear cider, or perry. While not as prevalent as apple cider, and for you Americans, I mean the hard stuff here, perry has been made for hundreds of years, but Babycham gave it a decades-long boost. It was created by a brewer named Francis Showering from Shepton Mallet in Somerset, England. He originally introduced it as a champagne de poire at country agricultural fairs, but when the product took off and began to be packaged in tiny bottles, it became Babycham. Launched in 1953, in 1957, Babycham had the distinction of being the first alcoholic product of any kind advertised on English television. And even more notably, it was marketed at women. This was a good 20 years before any brand in the US would dare to do such a thing, like I talked about in bottle number 9, Wild Turkey Liqueur. Attitudes about women drinking were certainly more relaxed in England, but women were still limited in their choices for what was seen as an acceptable tipple. Enter Babycham, which was fun and festive, packaged in a bottle perfectly sized to fill an old-style champagne coupe. The brand's mascot was a leaping cartoon fawn, which emblazoned not only the packaging, but branded coupe glasses sold to collectors. TV and print advertising portrayed the brand as posh and hip, with chic and sexy women having fun while drinking Babycham. Today, we would look at this as pandering to women, but as Mallory O'Meara puts it in Girly Drinks, A World History of Women and Alcohol, why on earth wouldn't someone want to try something advertised specifically for them, especially when nothing else is? Their strategy worked. Production soared from 300 dozen bottles an hour to 2,800 dozen in the 1960s and peaked in June 1973 when 144,000 bottles were being produced each hour. As far as I can tell, it was mostly a UK thing, but there must have been some exports, because my dad tells me that he and my mother split a bottle of Babycham to celebrate the night of my sister's birth in 1969. It would be lovely and poetic for my bottle to be from that same occasion. Babycham was sold in 4-packs after all, but I think it's younger than that. The prancing deer logo has been with the brand since nearly the beginning, but its looks have changed over time, and the yellow version on this bottle dates to the 1970s. The bottle also lists volume in both milliliters and ounces, and that puts it into the period between 1976 and 1980 when the UK was going metric. And when Babycham was still going strong. The 1960s brought that "Hey, I'd love a Babycham" tagline that I started the episode with. But by the end of the 1980s, it had become the drink your Aunt Jane drank, or even worse, your mom, and younger drinkers had lots of other choices. While the brand never fully went away, the bloom was off Babycham's rose. The brand was sold to Accolade Wines in the 1990s and had a brief resurgence in popularity around its 60th anniversary in 2013. And in 2021, the Showering family bought back the brand, returning it to Shepton Mallet, where it began almost 70 years ago. Got a Babycham story? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a bottle. And head to mytinybottles.com for more about this bottle and all the other bottles I've discovered so far. Or follow me on your favorite social media. Cheers!